Do you know why Shaolin monks are known for their indomitable discipline and grueling degree of self-restraint? Their philosophy encompasses the fact that to ascend to a higher degree of consciousness, one must curtail and control his innate desires and let go of fleeting emotional waves. It is the attainment of serene bliss and calm, through giving up the distracting pleasures of life. When we talk about the benefits of retention, I understand that this is one of the hardest disciplines for a man to keep long-term, simply because of the triggers that the modern media and world bombards us with at all times. I have seen men on this journey flounder and give up. They relapse and fall back into the trap of depleting their most important natural energy by spilling their seed into empty space. This is a disgrace to any man in a modern world who wishes to conquer himself and control his thoughts and desires instead of being controlled by them. For those of you who are willing to embark on this great journey of retention and adopting it as a lifestyle, you should be prepared for what you are stepping into and gather all the knowledge and experience you need in order to make it. For that, here are 4 ways you can help your mind transcend the biological and superficial desires of the flesh and elevate to a higher mode of being. Number 1. Stretch your mind to its capacity through intellectual exercises. I'll tell you something about the human mind I have learned after several years of observing people. We are anything but rational creatures. We are just a more evolved species of ape that thinks of itself fancier than it really is. We are the same jumble of desires, emotions, and impulses that every other animal in the world is susceptible to. So when you need to take your mind off the mere physical needs of the body, you need to stimulate your mind into a higher mode of thought. Seed retention will never work if seed retention is all you think about. I have seen men flounder and fail on this journey simply because they were too fixated on the journey instead of the destination. So always keep your mind occupied on something higher and more challenging, because this is the only thing that will keep you from degenerating into lowly self-pleasuring activities. Number 2. Force your body to go into survival mode. Reproduction isn't the first thing our body is programmed to do. At the most fundamental level, our body is concerned with its own safety for at least long enough to create new life. This is a system you can hack and use to your advantage, if only you know how. Here's the deal, when you're struggling with the desires and urges that pop up, you need your body to go one level down into a more fundamental concern, so the biological urge to reproduce dissipates. You can do this via fasting and controlling what you feed your body. Consume fewer calories, which will tell the innate survival mechanisms inside your body to dive into the fat deposits and reserves to make sure your body stays alive. When that happens, the lustful urge becomes of second priority for the body, allowing you to remain firm on the seed retention discipline you have embarked on. There are monks and religious priests that go almost their entire lives without giving in to any biological urge or lust their entire lives. They do this through understanding and controlling the mechanisms of their body and practicing self-restraint that would be too difficult for most people in the world today. Number 3. Grow your physical body by putting it under stress. Do you know the first thing that I realized when I first joined the gym? I understood why people say they work out not for the body but for the mind. When you're putting your body under stress from lifting weights, you are simultaneously training your mind to work in sync with your body and endure the pain needed for growth. This is the most stimulating activity for the mind. I remember reading a study about people who were slowly losing their cognitive abilities with the effect of aging. And the remedy for making sure they retained their mental sharpness was not just intellectual exercises, but a great degree of physical workouts that indirectly trained the mind. This shows you the level of connection between the mind and body, and this is the connection you must tap into to overcome the desires and urges that will inevitably pop up during your long-term retention discipline. Number 4. Become more outwardly social in your life. I can vouch for this fact with a considerable degree of confidence. The reason many men fail on the journey of retention is that there are no underlying lifestyle changes they make in order to take their minds off the base instincts and desires. If you live a life of solitude in front of a computer screen all day, chances are you will inevitably someday wander off to websites you swore you'd never visit again. In attaining any kind of discipline, there needs to be a solid foundation that prevents you from degenerating again. There are also many men that have developed social anxiety to an extent that they no longer have the courage to step up to someone or approach a girl they like. The only way you can counter this is to become more outwardly social and extroverted than you are. I suggest taking up a job that forces you to deal with people on a daily basis, like a sales rep or bartender. These things will help you develop a more human connection with people, instead of seeing them as pieces of meat to be used for fleshly pleasures. All discipline must be undergirded by some changes in your lifestyle, otherwise they fall and falter the moment temptation raises its head. To be a man who is loved and confident by the people, you need to put yourself among the people first, instead of sitting in the corner of your room all day long. If you can make these 4 things a daily part of your life, there is little doubt that you have found the keys to keeping a long-term retention streak than any other man around you. This will spill over into every other aspect of your life and help you get ahead of the competition in almost every realm. On this journey to self-improvement, you need to make sure you are armed with the necessary knowledge and wisdom that prevents you from falling into pits that could have been avoided. This is why this channel exists, to help you stay focused and help you stumble back to your feet in case you do fall. So like the video and hit the subscribe button to stay updated with our latest releases. There are many more videos in the pipeline that you cannot afford to miss on this path to greater fortitude and enlightenment. Share this message with your friends and peers and build a community and network of like-minded men around you that help keep you on track. Stay focused and stay humble. Until next time.